You've mentioned siblings. With everything that's happening, do you know if they're all right?
I've received word from my eldest sister. She was always good at tracking me down. South Reach has experienced the same chaos as everywhere else. My family is fine. Pray they remain so.
Your sister tracked you down. She didn't know where you were.
I let her know I was in Haven. She assumed I survived. It's not the first time. I may have neglected to tell her when I was transferred to Kirkwall.
Why?
I wasn't in a good state. I wanted only to leave. I received an angry letter about my disappearance 2 years later. For all her reprimands, it was a relief to hear from someone who knew me before the Blight.
The Inquisition won't last forever. What will you do when this is over?
To be honest, I hadn't given it much thought until recently. I'm not used to having so many possibilities.
That's all I wanted to know.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend. Inquisitor?
Is there anything I should know?
Only that I'm never playing cards again. I still can't find my... It doesn't matter. I don't know how Varric talked me into that.
Because it's good to unwind and spend time with your friends?
I suppose that's true.
Is there anything I should know?
Many of our recruits viewed the Grey Wardens as heroes. Blackwall's presence is helpful. Knowing there's one warden immune to corruption has given people hope. Corypheus's grasp is not inescapable.
The one warden who's immune to corruption. Interesting.
Is there anything I should know?
There are fewer arguments between our Templar and Mage recruits than when we started. I've seen them trading stories, building one another up for the fight to come. I pray this won't be lost when their common enemy is gone.
I set aside an entire shelf for Grey Warden lore, and so far it's not even half full. Those wardens and their secrets.
Not even half full? I don't know. I think every single fucking bookshelf in here is pretty full. Let's turn in that shit. One of the cool things, it must have happened during one of those patches way back when, but the animal parts, or creature parts, whatever you want to call them, that you turn in here, those aren't like when you go to a store and sell all junk, those aren't actually in that junk spot anymore. Or I guess I should say valuables. So that's cool. Alright, you have anything?
A request has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
Oh boy, awesome. Hope those aren't indefinite. Be pretty lame if they were. Okay, I don't recognize this. On the condition of your charges, dear Liliana, you'll be happy to learn that your friends are doing well. Schmooples II is still unhappy about his meal plan and tries to get into the pantry. I had to have a bolt installed, and now he whines constantly. The two little ones are still a handful, but good news. I've managed to discourage Bulette from relieving herself on the silk rug Justinia gave you. Felicien from 2 doors over has been visiting almost every day to play with the Nugs. She is quite delightful, and Schmooples II is fond of her. I suspect it is because she brings him sweets from her father's shop. I had to ask her governess to keep her from visiting the house. However, as someone tried to infiltrate it 2 nights ago, an agent of one of the blank cards, hoping to uncover some of the Nightingale's secrets, I neutralized and interrogated him. His ability to withstand questioning was deplorable. Someone needs to talk to the Blanccards about their spies. All I had to do was put Schmooples II in his face and tell him that I hadn't fed the creature that day. Your pet played his part admirably. I received your orders and will depart for Ferelden as soon as possible. I have arranged for Garter to take over nug keeping. Sparrow. Cool. I have a feeling that it's not a new note, but I don't fucking recognize it. Anywho. Yo, what up?
I received a note from the hero Ferelden. She misses me. I very much needed to know she was still out there fighting to be with me. Thank you. It is a great relief, and I appreciate you allowing me to send the messenger. Now, can I help you with anything?
Yeah, well, the hero of Ferelden didn't care about a damn thing in the world except for you, so you be happy about it.
Commander Cullen did good work at Adamant. Breached those walls like he'd done it a dozen times. Nice job with the demons, by the way.
I'm here.
So, Cole. Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese.
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Then the cook laughs at the cats instead of yelling at the scullery maids.
Kitchen fires are hot, like when Haven burned. The old cook lies under rocks. His head is in pieces. She needs to make it all work, so nothing will burn again. But if she laughs, she forgets for a while.
Oh. That is just fucking ridiculous.
We should drop something next time.
Melons.
Alright guys, here we are back at the war table. So let's get this continuing research out of the way. Oh gosh, 2.5 hours. A neatly filled request form copied in triplicate and delivered
That
to the
Dalish
appropriate
elf who joined
parties.
us is eager, to say the least.
The Dalish possess great knowledge. We should be honored to have him with us.
Who the fuck are they talking about? Whatever. Request tissue samples from carnivores found in central Orlais and along the outskirts of the western approach. See attached list. Soil samples. Access to field reports. Copy of a book. Holla in the Heather. Wolves in the Woods. Something, something, something. Purpose. The commander has expressed satisfaction with the practical applications of my previous findings. To continue my research, I would conduct an in-depth exploration of the Inquisitor's environmental impact, specifically the sealing of the Fade Rifts on local species. Signed, Helisma Durrington, Inquisition researcher. One of our trading partners should be able to find the book. We may purchase the rest from the hunters. Have no doubt there's a market for Rift Dirt and anything else related to the Inquisitor. I can find sellers. Rift Dirt. It could be interesting. My men can gather the supplies. Well, have fun, Josephine.
Let us begin.
So, I'm going to restart the recording, but when I get back, we are going to jump into the main story stuff. Alright guys, we're back. So let's jump into Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. An assassin is stalking the Empress. He's only been doing so for the last forever. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halam Sharal, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus' assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend, to keep him from destroying Orlais, if we hurry. You know, if we hurry, meanwhile, when did I get this? Like 40 hours ago in-game, perhaps? But anyway, let's do it.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her.
Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halam Shiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
You've given me plenty to think about.
With Gaspard and Celine's armies entrenched, we cannot openly march troops to the palace.
My agents will ensure your soldiers get inside. But it must be a few at a time to avoid attention.
Understood. Just give the word, and we'll begin.
Oh boy! Recommended level 12 to 15, confirm. I actually don't remember what level I am.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Inquisitor Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you. The rumors coming out of the Western Approach say you battled an army of demons. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing. During this Winter Palace stuff, you have to pick, like, certain dialogue. Do not be blunt and stuff. So I guess we're gonna have to play the game, so to say.
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
The handsome, charming one, of course, my lady.
When I see him, I'll let you know.
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
You're a woman after my own heart, my lady. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briara, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Is that the Inquisitor?
An ox? Impossible.
That's not the Inquisitor. It's just somebody's pet.
Ah, ha, 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 good one. Court approval. Our legions consider Kunari little better than ogres. You will have to work extremely hard to win them over. Yeah, I think Kunari might have the lowest starting approval or something, if I recall. It might... I don't know. It's either Kunari and mages that are like the lowest, I believe. And if you are a human noble, I think you maybe have the highest. But anyway, this person's like missing a ring, and
Oh!
check this out.
Wait there! Whatever your name is, have you seen a ring? It is very important, and I need it back. It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
Oh, zoot!
Is this ring particularly valuable?
Its worth in coin is not as important as its social value. It was a gift from a member of the Council of Heralds. If she finds out I lost it, she will never forgive me. Not even if I live to be 1,000 years old.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
Oh man, I wonder where it could be! Durg, 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 durg! Oh! Look what I stumbled upon!
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Yay, you just gained court approval, which is usually the result of finesse, entertaining people, or keeping up appearances. The higher court approval is, the better.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure. I cannot believe you found it. You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Well, I know of a few ways. Could you get me a... you need to be very discreetly about that. I want to... I need a couple of nugs. Okay, I'll see you later. But anyway, one of the fancy things about this quest is when you get your approval very high, it might be 70 or more, or maybe it's maybe it's 85 and more. When you get that, you get like a special option near the end of it. However, the route I'm going, I don't even think I'll be going that route, so it won't matter. Because there's a certain judgment that I want to get because I think it's just absolutely ridiculous. However, I am conflicted on which way I'd want to take that as well. Is it?
Surely not.
Yeah, it's a damn tragedy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, this mission,
should have worn the silver brocades. Make us brave. We look like every other fool here.
Would you calm down? You look magnificent.
they look like every fool here. Okay, being self-aware that all the NPCs look alike does not take away from the fact that they all look alike. Winter Palace. The Versailles Fountain. Emperor Judicile the First commissioned this massive fountain to commemorate House Valmont's historic victory against Xavier Dracon. The 4 lions represent Emperor Alphonse Valmont and his 3 younger brothers, Duke Isidore, d'Arlesans, Duke Ivan of Savren, and Duke Stefan of Valmonte. And I'm just butchering these names. Who took the field against the usurper? Excerpt from Architectural History of Orlais, Volume 1 by Elodie Fernou.